Today is February 10th, 2020, and Disney has now canceled another one of their shows. Star Wars: A Galaxy Far, Far Away is a show they have at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and it's now being shut down. The original date for the show to end is March 14th of 2020. This continues to show the decline in Star Wars because they keep canceling movies and now shutting down this show. The show is nothing special. I think it's pretty ridiculous personally, but it just goes to show the decline that is Star Wars in 2020. I want you to notice two key things here. First, look at the screen. It's like these blocks and lines on the screen. This is Disney in 2020. I know that this is somewhat of a temporary stage, but a company that's making $20 billion a year should show more respect to Star Wars. And instead, they have this ridiculous screen that's all blocky and blurry. Not to mention during the day, it must be even harder to see. It's just ridiculous. You could get a white sheet, literally a bed sheet, and it would look better than that. Disney can afford a professional screen that rolls down, just a white screen. It's pretty absurd to me that in 2020 they have this blocky nonsense thing. Second, I want you to see, I'll show you a few clips real quick, but you're gonna see Darth Maul and he just looks absurd. He looks nothing like Darth Maul. He's spinning around a plastic lightsaber. It's just ridiculous. And I know some of you are gonna say, well, what do you expect? What's he supposed to have outside of a plastic lightsaber? Well, first of all, they could use their $200 lifelike lightsabers that actually light up. How about that? How about Disney actually puts their money where their mouth is and give these people professional costumes and something that looks like a lightsaber instead of a Toys R Us plastic lightsaber? It's ridiculous. You'll see the blades are short and it's just silly. I'll let you look for yourself. Call me crazy, but it's just half-rate acting. The guy is terrible. He's spinning around a plastic lightsaber. It looks like a kid dressed up like Darth Maul. It's just silly. This is a multi-billion-dollar corporation just making a kid's Halloween costume for Star Wars. It's really aggravating to me that this is how they respect Star Wars these days. I'll show you guys a couple more little scenes. Watch Chewie. Look at his costume and how he acts. He comes out prancing around. So he comes out, growls a few times, puts his arms in the air, and runs away.
But you can't hide.
Did you see that? He shot that little firework rocket thing, and then like 8 minutes later, this thing blows up. They can't even get the pyrotechnics working in unison. It's just so poorly done. It's like he's on a catwalk at a fashion show. And look at his uniform. His boots are totally off. His suit just looks cheap. And look how he walks and acts. Is that how Darth Vader acts? Now I want you to look at Phasma. In particular, look at her cape. It looks like a nylon tablecloth that you would put over like a picnic table at a barbecue. That's what her cape looks like. Like something you would buy at Party City. If you look at her, like just a glimpsing, she looks decent. She looks pretty much like Phasma, but if you really look at her suit, you're gonna see that it's very plasticky. These guys too. It's not quite right. And it's because they're not spending the money to give her a real costume. I assume the real Phasma costume probably costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I'm not proposing that they have to use the exact prop that they used in the movie, but they could spend a few $1,000s and give her a proper costume. Instead of this plastic Halloween costume, you're going to see the same thing with Kylo Ren, who is not at all intimidating. I can't remember in the movies, but I always felt like Kylo Ren kind of towers over stormtroopers, and he looks the same as the stormtroopers. He just doesn't stand out or have a presence or seem menacing. Pay attention to Phasma's cape. It's pretty funny. Look at him with his plastic lightsaber. I mean, that's like something you buy at KB Toy Store. It's ridiculous. That's a Hot Topic lightsaber. With short blade, and it just looks ridiculous.
It seems we have a deserter. One of our troops has abandoned his
Look at her cape. It looks like a plastic tablecloth.
unit.
And then watch this, how he's swinging at the screen. It's like all out of time. And you see his boots? They just look like cheap boots. Like, this is a Halloween costume. Physical acting also is just very dramatic and overly acted. It's really poor. Look at her cape. Now I understand. This isn't a big budget thing. This is probably young talent that they find to play these roles. They don't want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in costumes. But this is Star Wars. You have to put some money into it, guys. You have to spend a few $1,000s and make this look right. And instead, they got Halloween costumes, second-rate actors, and it's just poorly done. Down to the screen having these ridiculous blocks and lines on it. It just shows total disregard for what was once the biggest, most important film franchise in the history of Earth. And this is what it is. It's a plastic tablecloth. Now be honest. Does Chewbacca look like that? This looks like freaking Bigfoot, Sasquatch. This guy with this plastic thing, peanut head, looks nothing like Maul. The stormtroopers are half decent. These guys up close, if you see other videos, they just look totally plastic. She's got that plastic tablecloth. Him with his Toys R Us lightsaber. It's just ridiculous. I get it, guys. This is for little kids. I get it. Truly I do, from the bottom of my heart. But a 10-year-old can see that this is nonsense. That these are Halloween costumes. Kylo, Darth Vader are not at all menacing. These stormtroopers are definitely not menacing. Phasma's got a plastic tablecloth around her neck. Chewie looks like a Sasquatch. And Disney just plays off your nostalgia. People are so thirsty for Star Wars that they will take whatever Disney throws their way. And this is just terrible. I will repeat, I understand that this is for kids. But Star Wars is 43 years old. There's a lot of us that grew up with this and are going to critique it, are going to notice these things and point them out. And I don't understand why Disney allows for themselves to look bad. Put a few $1,000s into this. We're not asking you to spend millions and make it look like the movies. But seriously, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You guys are selling $200 lightsabers, but your own actors can't have a real freaking lightsaber? What is this? A 10-year-old, an 8-year-old can look at this and say, this just looks cheesy. Vader crossing his arms like he's a homeboy. It's just ridiculous. This is just something that Disney doesn't get. Yes, at the heart of Star Wars, Lucas was making films for 12-year-old boys. He is quoted as saying that, but it was because of the way that he presented the themes. He didn't do childish stuff. He didn't make your mama jokes and have stormtroopers breakdancing. That stuff you use on Robot Chicken. And we all love that stuff when it's a satire made on purpose. But when you're representing Star Wars in Hollywood studios to thousands of people a day, you have to represent it better than this. I want you to notice how Darth Maul acts out the blades of the lightsaber coming out. And I understand we can't in real life simulate that, but it just looks stupid. Why even do it? Like, a kid isn't going to know that that's fake. I just wonder how this guy feels spinning around this plastic lightsaber. He must feel ridiculous. Not only is that show just an embarrassment, in my opinion, a disrespect to Star Wars and to Star Wars fans, young and old. Little kids might think it's cool, but any kid that's 8 or older is just going to think it's cheesy. And when you have to consider that old fans of more than 40 years are coming to these shows, you have to give it some respect. Obviously, the show wasn't that great because it's yet another Star Wars property that they are shutting down. Officially canceled. Now, it gets better because the show was supposed to end March 14th, 2020. Here you can look at the scheduler. And this is disneyworld.disney.go.com. Here they show the official times for the show. I'm going to show you February 24th. You see no times available. 23rd, no times available. It's not until you get to February 22nd, which is the last show, 10:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and 12:30 p.m. 3 little showings, February 22nd. That's almost a month before when it was supposed to originally close the show. So it just shows how poorly Star Wars is doing when they're not only shutting down shows, but now they're shutting them down a month early. It's a very sad state that Star Wars is in, but Disney is doing it to themselves. They don't respect the Star Wars IP, and this is what it's come to. They can't even keep A Galaxy Far, Far Away still active at Hollywood studios. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the video. May the Force be with you.